Hey, how's it going, everyone? I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more of instruction for current event one, just in case you guys are confused. I know a couple people have already actually submitted the assignment. Um, I got the ability to speak to, I want to say like one of you, because you asked a few questions on it. If you have any more questions, remember, feel free to send them my way. However, it's a really easy template, I think, for you guys to follow. I have a template on Canvas in files. You can find it. It's called current event template. What you should do is copy and paste that into your Microsoft Word, your Google Doc, or directly into Canvas to type it. Okay. What am I expecting for the assignment though? Pick an article sometime dated within the last 6 months. Okay. We're in September, soon to be October. The latest you can go back is March. Okay. When you go to the current event tab on these news websites, it's always going to bring up something recent within the last few days or the last week. Okay. I have hyperlinked here a bunch of news sites you can use. However, feel free to use whatever. Couple things though. Make sure you are not using a blog website and make sure you are not using an opinionated article. Okay. It has to be research based. Okay. One other thing, it has to be in APA format. Okay. Now, APA format in the sense that your reference page is in APA format and your in-text citations. Okay. I don't care about a title page. I don't care about page numbers. Okay. Now, here's what your template looks like. Really easy. Just go in here and delete what I wrote and then type in what you need to type. In the summary area, type in 4 to 5 sentences giving me what the situation is about. What is the event? What is important for me to know? Or if there was a random person reading your paper, what should they know about the article? Okay. 4 to 5 sentences, but keep the headings. Okay. Title, you can title it current event one. You can title it the name of your article. The topic doesn't matter. Okay. And then delete this template part at the top. Then write your significance. Okay. Tell me how this event impacts the United States. Why it's important to this class. Why is it important to government? Why should society care? The last thing is going to be counter argument and opinion. In this class, I want you guys to think much more openly outside of your own ideas. Okay. So first respond on how you feel about the situation. Like say you write about a shooting. Tell me your thoughts maybe on gun laws, protections, maybe how this could have been avoided, whatever it is. And then give an argument from the other side. Like what would the opposite side say? Because it's important in this class you try to keep an open mind and you would gain a better understanding on a topic if you can understand or at least relate to something on the other side. Last thing, obviously, you should have a reference page. It should be pretty simple. This is an example of APA citation, and that pretty much concludes your guys' assignment. Okay, you get graded 5 points off of each area: five for the summary, five for significance, five for opinion and counter argument, five for reference. The last five comes from grammar, so a total of 25. Most likely, I remember I need to see in-text citations. I should mainly see them in your summary area. Okay, I'm assuming it doesn't matter how much I try to explain APA citations, students will always mess up on it. I have resources for you to use on Canvas. If you go to Final Paper Resources, it will link you to Purdue OWL. Okay. It will show you how to do a reference page. It'll show you how to do in-text citations. Okay. I don't mind if you're going to use AI to build your reference page. However, remember, whenever you use AI, you have to mention what you used it for on your assignment. You shouldn't be using it to generate any of this content. All you can use it for is mainly to create your reference page for you. Other than that, that is all I'm looking for on this assignment. It is pretty simple. The general rule of thumb with grammar, I don't think I've told you guys this before, that also counts as AI if you're using Grammarly. So if you use Grammarly, make sure you mention that, okay? General rule of thumb though, when you're, how I grade based off of grammar, if it sounds weird when I'm reading it out loud, I'm probably going to dock you points because that means there's either some run on sentences, you missed commas, you misspelled a word, things like that. So practice whenever you write, read it out loud, and if it sounds funny, you most likely have some grammar issues. You should fix it, okay? But remember, this is not an English class. I just need to make sure I see proper capitalization, no run-on sentences. I need you to just have like a very clean paper, and that is it, okay? But that pretty much concludes it. If you have any other questions on the assignment, feel free to shoot me a message. Remember, it is due, at least for this class that we have, it is due next Wednesday, okay? Try to find a topic ahead of time. I would suggest to do the references before you do the writing. The writing portion is very easy. It shouldn't take you that long. I would say in total, this assignment should take you around an hour, maybe a little bit less, okay? Obviously, it might be more than our quick writes and discussion posts, which can get finished very quickly. But that concludes this video. Hopefully you guys have been doing good in the class, and for those of you who turned in your assignment, I will make sure to grade it within the next couple days. Okay, so take care. Appreciate having you guys all in the class.